G'day trendsetters, in today's video I will be assembling and placing my Birdies Raised Garden Bed right here, which is a bit of a mess. First I've got to take down that little bit of the star pickets and a bit of fencing there, and I also need to move all these pots out. Then I can assemble it, place it where I want it, and then I'll dig around and level it all up, and that's just about it, job done, apart from filling, which won't happen today. So first things first, get all these pots out of the way and I will be back with a bit of assembly. Part one's done, cleaned all the pots away, taken a little bit of fencing down, and now I just want to assemble it to get some idea of how it's going to fit, because I can't quite get it pictured in my mind just yet. So I'm just going to assemble it roughly where I want it, and to tell you it's going to drive me nuts, that's a bag of nuts and bolts. It's got to put it all together. They do give you a little spanner though, quite nice. So I'll bring everything down. I think in the instructions they say to assemble the sides first and then attach them to the corners. So we'll do it that way. Righto. Off to a flying start. I just made my first boo-boo. I only need to join 3 of those sides together because the other one's going to go between the ends and make it fatter and wider. So now I've got to take those 2 end ones off and stick them on the round parts. But hey, it's all about learning. FYI, at this stage it's not as easy as I had thought it was in my head, and I've already put these screws in back to front because there's no way. I've got the one that's silver on both sides. I've got no way of knowing which is up and which is down. If you had a coloured one, I imagine you know what was inside and outside. But what I have figured is that the holes, if you're going to have it the right way up, all these holes are on the in curve, which I guess is a good idea, because then you're not going to, which these are meant to be on the other side. So on the in curve, that way you're not going to catch on anything. So if you're putting together a silver one, when you put it together, put the screw in the bottom of the valley, so to speak, not on the top of the ridge, and that'll get around that problem. The only other issue I'm having is with these lower nuts and bolts. They're a bit awkward, but otherwise it's going together fairly well. It's effing huge. It's going to take a bit of filling, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to get it all together now. I'll keep going and I'll catch you on the other side. Ta-da! It's all together. It didn't go quite as easily as I had in my mind. I did find out though, if you put a nut and screw in about halfway down, one on the top, one about halfway down, then when you lift it up to put your bottom screw on, it doesn't sort of fold in on itself, and it's a bit easier to get that very bottom screw in. So, a little tip, this is the first one of these I've ever put together, but possibly a 2-man job. It'd be a lot better if somebody was in the inside holding the nut and somebody else on the outside putting the screw in. But it can be done as a 1-man person. You want to be a little bit handy and sort of work stuff out as you go. But I'm loving the size. This is huge. I have to work out also, this is, I ride my motorbike into the shed, and this is the path that I use. So I don't think I can fit it square on. I'm going to have to come in on an angle so I can maintain my access to the shed. And I'm not going to be, I can move it on my own, but I might just grab the wife and she can help me. She doesn't like to be videoed, so you won't see that part. Next time we come back, it'll be basically where I want it. What I need to do then is dig out a trench around the base of this to get it level. Because I don't want it on the side. It'll just put too much pressure on one side of the garden bed and not the other. But this is fantastic. I'm just thinking, like, there's a row of carrots, beetroot, rocket, parsley, what's that other one? Basil, spring onions, shallots. I've got some leek, will be ready there soon. A couple of rows of leek. Might even get my garlic in here. Fantastic, this is going to be huge, I'm loving this. Anyhow, what do you reckon so far? Loving it. There is side braces I've got to put on, but I'm not going to put those on until I get it into place, and then I'll bolt it all up. So when I come back next, it should be basically sitting where I need it, and I'll explain the trenching part. But fantastic, I'm excited. It looks like the best fit. It's not the one I wanted. It's going to be parallel with the fence line. If I do it this way, it does mean that I can fit another one of these on the end of this up towards the shed. And I needed to bring it as far as I could this way so as to avoid the winter shade on the top end of the garden bed. I probably will still get a little bit, but that's all right. I would imagine at least 2/3 of that garden bed will still be useful in winter. And with this one and that one combined, that'll be great. But now I've got a fair bit of work ahead of me now to level this out. I'm just going to use a spade. I'll just run around the inside. I've got my trusty level here. This is the lowest point. So I'll just go level from there. As you can tell from there to there's quite a bit of digging I've got to do. I'm going to work from the inside because it just seems easier than working on the other side and throwing the soil, because the soil's going to end up in here anyhow. So I'll just keep digging it away and checking my level as I go until it's all level. And then I'll put the rest of the bolts in, screw it all up, put the braces in, and that'll be it for today, I think. Anyhow, what I'll do is I'll get this level and I'll come back and tell you what I thought of the leveling process. Alright trendsetters, that's me just about absolutely beat today. It's about 4:30. Must be beer o'clock somewhere. I've got I'm pretty buggered. That excavating around the outside, which I thought would be a lot easier than what it was, turned out to be a lot harder. But it is all level now, squared off, level with parallel with the fence. I have the 4 braces in. The instructions did say to put it in the 3rd hole. I put it in the 4th hole. I hope it doesn't come back to bite me down the track, but I just figure that one extra height might be just a slightly better compromise. That's the only thing I've done different from the instructions. It's nearly all bolted up, but I still have a bucket of bolts and nuts and bolts there I've got to get through, so I might just fiddle with that during the week, get them done. I'm also thinking, I've nearly dug a foot out of that corner from here to there, the lay of the land, so it's a fair fall, a bigger fall than I expected. So by the time I chisel all this soil away and level the ground around the outside of the raised garden bed, I'm going to be 1/3 to 1/2 full of soil. And that's going to be next weekend's job, because I've run out of this weekend, I've run out of energy. Otherwise, I'm really happy with the quality. It feels sturdy. I don't know what else to say. Birdies Garden Products, they're a local Southeast Queensland company down on the Gold Coast. It was delivered to my door. Absolutely no problems. Love them. Gonna love this. Really looking forward to getting stuck into it. So next weekend I'll probably just do the excavation and see how full it fills it. Weekend after that I'll order some soil in to top it off. Weekend after that hopefully we can plant something. But that's it for today, as far as I can tell. I can hear that beer almost opening itself in the fridge. Any questions? If you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comments below. Also, Mark from Self-Sufficient Me, I'll leave a link in the description. He has done countless videos on these Birdies Raised Garden Beds on his property, on his channel, and you'll get a lot more detailed information from me. I was just sort of bunging it together and doing bits and pieces. He does it step by step. So yeah, Mark from Self-Sufficient Me is also a good resource if you want to find out more about these Birdies Raised Garden Beds. Birdies Garden Products is their company name, website. I'll also link that in the description below as well. Oh, okay, that's it. Enough from me. Bye. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm pooped.